Hi, I'm back again. Listen, before I let you guys go, I would be remiss and I would never forgive myself if I didn't mention my little brother. Now, in terms of the Johnson family, Phil Johnson was good, my little brother. Phil, I love you, man. I don't know how I missed not mentioning your name. And also, Phil is so instrumental in a reflection of some of the things that he witnessed and grew up under. So Phil, when you get that chance, you give these people what you and I both witnessed and know to be true. Now, there's just two other families brothers I'm gonna mention real quick, then I'm gonna hop off for real. This brother here that I'm about to mention, can't say ruthless. What I can say is bona fide, humble, but dangerous. This guy was dangerous, and I'm fortunate to have been raised up under him. When we were younger in school 6, Rufus Tillman, his brother named Larry Tillman, rest in peace, a sister named Brenda Tillman. Rufus was always a leader. He was the head of his group. He had my brother Tony, rest in peace, this guy named Laverne, which we call Monk. He had Double J, which we call Willie, and David Hannibal, rest in peace. He had a crew of cats that was territorial. In other words, if you were not from the school 6 area, you had to pay a little price coming through there. And nobody knew you. So Rufus was another one who dressed. Catch that 30 bus, go to New York, Delancey Street, Orchard Street, 125th Street, get those fine threads. So that's, and always was very, very nice to me in terms of popping me upside my head if I let somebody come through the playground and didn't check them, right? What they used to do to us is run us down, beat us in our legs till we caught cramps, man, to show us how to be tough if you get into a fight, not to fold. I made the mistake of doing something to Brenda. Brenda will testify to this one day. I don't know, push this, shove it, I did something. And Rufus, boy, I was spared. And that's lucky he knew me, because I'd have been stretched out somewhere, man. But I had to mention that, brother. And then I'm going to just tell you a quick story about him, and that's it. Go to the next person. I got one more person after Rufus. Keep your attention span with me just a little bit longer. I can't call this guy's name because I don't want to make mockery of him, but he was a brother that had a little tough life, and he had a nice family, but they didn't treat him too good, or he just was one of those guys that was hard-headed. So he did something one day to Rufus, or said something wrong. He didn't have to say much to Rufus, and Rufus popped it hard. I mean, he went running home crying, "Let me get my brother, let me get my brother." Now, his brother was in a group. I can't mention that name of that group either, because you probably would know who I'm talking about. But Rufus said, "Go get him." Waited right there. They came rolling up there in limousine cars and stuff. Jumped out the car like they wanted to do something. Rufus jumped up. Then he had his little crew with him. My brother Tony and David Hannibal and Monk and I think Henry Reeves too. Hank. We can't leave out Hank now. They called him Hank. He was just a natural built strong cat, man. A lot of people know him as Hank, but his name is Henry Reeves. He was in the park, in the playground that day. So Rufus had his back up. So yeah, you come up here jumping out the car like you want to do something. What you talking to me for? No, the next time you hit my brother. What? What you want to do then? So I was there. I'm telling you, I was there. So my man said, "Just don't hit my brother no more." This man, get out of my playground. It was just like that. And the guy that went to get his brother, he was surprised because I guess that never happened to his brother before. But anyway, that's just the reputation this guy had. He had a quick tempo, 0 to 100, man. You couldn't, but once you get to know him, he's one of the nicest persons you want to know. And he was a mentor of mine. Now, rest in peace, Rufus. Love you, brother. And Hank Henry, rest in peace. Love you too, my brother. Hank was a terror too. He was another terror. He put me under his wing with basketball, him and a guy named George Featherson. Featherson is still around today. If you ever see this brother, he was one of the better coaches that I ever had in the community league. That's what propelled me to walk on Rutgers, New Jersey, New Brunswick, the State University court, and just take a spot because of Reams and Featherson, the coaching skills that they gave me. So, moving right along now, this brother here, this is one of my favorite brothers too. And I'm gonna let y'all go after this brother, I promise. His name was Barry Rosser. Barry was the kind of guy, he would sit back and smile. You know, he would smile and sit back at you, but he would be observant. And he saw talent. If he saw a little easy bits of talent in you, he didn't hide it. He'd come to you and let you know, hey, you know, you kind of good with that. You need to pursue that. And he didn't just give you lip service. Barry was very instrumental in music. I forget the name of that group. We had so many groups in Patterson, and Chocolate Syrup, Main Attractions. I forget the name of the groups. Robert Finney was in a group too. But besides music, Barry was an athlete, pure athlete. As far as football, back then, you know, you didn't have too many black quarterbacks. Barry quarterbacked for Eastside High School, which was predominantly one of the best high schools in New Jersey at that time. And the lesson for me that Barry gave me is be confident. Be who you are and be confident. Barry, if you're still around, I think you're still around, my brother. I give kudos and homage to you for that, brother. And always showing me humbleness that you had in your personality and showing the respect that, and I show you double respect. Thank you, man. Thank you. So those are my brothers. Now, part 7, again tomorrow. If these brothers don't come on, we're going to still go forward because there's so many more names. Peace.